So when you log into SnapCrowd, which is where your cloud server resides, you get this pop-up for a welcome screen. If you don't want to use this route, you can always click here to do not show this window again so it doesn't pop up every time you log on. It also has a video here that shows you how to upload your digital images. I'm going to close this and come to my home screen for snapcrowd.com. If you look up here, we have the Home tab. Then there's a Pictures button, and then there's one here for Documents. So over on the far right hand side, I can store my contact list in here. I can store videos. I have videos here of an artist, Aubrey Shamel, and then I have Steve Davis photo videos, and then I have a music library. So you can access your music library from any device. You can listen to your music from your phone even though it's stored on your cloud server. So here's a couple songs from Aubrey. I could actually double click one of these and start playing it, and there's controls down here in the lower left hand corner. And as I'm sitting here working on my pictures, I can listen to my music library. So I go into my documents here, and I have a folder here where I have our classes we teach. Here's a miscellaneous folder and wedding information. And now into the pictures, which is the main thing I want to show. So when you come into the pictures, it'll list your albums in here, and you'll get a scroll bar if you have more. You can have an unlimited number of albums. So here's Ashley and Sam. These are pictures that was sent at a wedding, uploaded into SnapCrowd through the CrowdPixs application. We have pictures here from our bridal hop. Here's from the Hollis wedding, the Komen ad campaign for 2012 that we did, and then here's mobile uploads, and then our wedding uploads. So for example, I can double click a folder here, and you'll also notice before I go in, some of these folders will have this little icon here once you've shared them. So this is a shared album, and this is a shared album, and these don't have the share mark. Well, this one does. So I'm going to double click the Hollis wedding. Let's go take me in and show me my 48 pictures. It tells you right here how many you have, and it starts to display them. You'll notice that same little icon in yellow here saying this is a shared picture. So sharing is one of the cool things, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. But any picture in here, I can select a picture, and I can come down here to comments. When I click on comments, it gives me the ability to go up here and type something into the comments and insert that for this photo. I can then click on this photo and enter comments on it. I also have the ability to do tags. So it could be that I put something in here like the name Hollis, or the word wedding, or something about the location in the tags. You can also view metadata. So the comments, the tags, and the metadata, whichever one you select, it displays over here on the right hand side. You can also click that button again at the bottom to remove it, so it takes that off the screen, giving you more room for your photos. So here I've got my photos up. I have the option to share one photo. So if I click on an individual photo and I come down to share, it gives me the ability to share this picture, and I can do that in a couple ways. One is I can share this in an email, and by doing the share, it actually sends an email with a link so that the person you're sending it to clicks it and views it here on your cloud server versus sending it as an attachment to the email. The share to your Facebook wall is not operational at the time of this video, but it's coming soon. You also have the option to get a share link. When you get the share link, it actually pops up a URL that you can copy to your clipboard, and you can paste that directly into an email or onto a web page. And then another option would be to get the bit.ly URL from this share. So it actually will generate the QR barcode that you could save and print on a piece of paper or in advertising, and people can scan this with their cell phone, and it'll let them view directly into your cloud server. So once again, the share links are not sending photos, but inviting people to your server to view them here. So you can send a lot of photos. You have the option, if I go back into that again and hit the share, of sharing just that picture or sharing the entire album. So if you just want to do select photos, you can do that. Another way that you can send the photos is, instead of sharing it and having people view them here, is to click on the photo and hit send. If I hit send, it will send it to somebody's cell phone. So I can type in the phone number, I can put in a subject and a message about the photo and send it to them. It's going to tell you here that it's sending it in a medium size, so it's only 22K for this image to go to their cell phone. So it actually makes it a smaller version when you send it that way. You have the option to hit email, and when you hit email, this one's sending actually a large image, but it's still only 74K when you attach this to the email. So you would type in the email address of the recipient, click this little arrow, and it'll drop them down here, and so you can keep adding people and send it to multiple people at the same time with your subject and your message. So those are ways you can share them. The other thing is that all your photos from your wedding or whatever your event is, they're stored here on the cloud server. You come initially with 50 gigs of space, and you can access these photos from anywhere, from your work PC, your home PC, your laptop, your iPad, your cell phone, so you can access them from any of those locations. You're not taking up space on any of your devices because you're viewing it from your cloud server. However, you do have the option to save a photo. So if I want to take this photo and save it to the device I'm at, all I have to do is click the save icon at the bottom to download the picture. And this is a really nice feature. It gives you the option to store the original or a full size, large, medium, or small based on what you're doing. So this is more of a thumbnail, small version. So if you were putting these on a web page or something where you're going to have a thumbnail and a normal version, you could actually download both sizes. So I just click download here to get the one I want to display on the page, and I can download here to get the thumbnail. Or let's say I'm going to be printing these. I can download the original 4.92 megabyte image. You'll notice that the full size is the full resolution in size, but it's a smaller file size because it is compressed into a smaller JPEG image. You have the option of any of these pictures to rename them. This one currently has the name from the camera, and if I come down here I can actually rename that and give it whatever name I want. I have the option to move it to another folder. So for example, if you're using the CrowdPixs application tied in with your SnapCrowd account, you can have your guest pictures upload into a particular folder that is your shared folder, and then after your event you can move those images to another folder. So if I want to move this particular, I can move it, or I can just make a copy so it's in two locations, and I'm going to move it from the Hollis wedding and select here, and I can pick from my other folders, and it shows you how many pictures are in each folder. I'm going to cancel out of that. And you also have the option to delete any photo from here. So if there's a particular photo and you don't want to use that photo, you don't want to have it in here, you do have the option to delete it from here where I'm viewing the individual photo. You want to click the arrow in the upper left hand corner to move back. And I can also, same thing, from the album view, I can click on the individual picture here and delete it from here as well. So this is pretty much how you manage your photos. As you're viewing things in your SnapCrowd account, you can simply click Documents to go into Documents. You can click on Pictures to go into your albums. You can go into an individual album by double-clicking. You can view an individual picture also simply by double-clicking on that photo. So this will pull up that photo to display. I do caution you, don't use the back button on your browser when you want to go back within the SnapCrowd application, which I'm actually using the desktop application, not the web version, but I would want to click this arrow in the upper left hand corner to go back a screen. I can click it again to go back further, or you can just click up here to go back to Pictures, which would show you all of your albums. So that's pretty much it, and we have other videos we'll help you watch, and we'll help you check out CrowdPixs.com. That's CrowdPixs.